Hello friends, I'm James, and the other night I watched that brand new Disney-Pixar movie Soul, now streaming on Disney+, and it was very well done. It had a great story to it, it was very creative, it just was an all-around, well-done film. I highly recommend it. But I also noticed a few things about it that were kind of interesting, and I'm going to share them with you right now. Just a quick little warning, if you haven't seen Soul yet and would like to, this video does contain spoilers and I'm really sorry about that, but if you'd like to see Soul and would like to know a little bit more about it, then feel free to continue watching. Soul was directed by Pete Docter, the director of many other Disney-Pixar films such as Monsters, Inc., Up, and Inside Out. And if we compare those three films to Soul, there's something very similar about all of them. They all have some kind of psychological focus to them. Take the case of Monsters, Inc. A lot of young children had that fear that there were monsters hiding in their closets. What Monsters, Inc. shows is that a child's reaction, their physical reaction to the way that a monster scares them, is in fact what gives them energy. Basically, their job is to scare children, and their reaction gives them energy so that the monsters can live their lives. And the monster world can basically keep going. Up is another great example, because the opening of Up shows the main character, the old man Carl Fredricksen, basically living his entire life with his wife Ellie. They basically grow old together, and then when Ellie dies, Carl still grieves the loss of his wife, to the point where basically he's become bitter, doesn't really leave his house much, and when he does, he's so negative to all the people around him, because he's still grieving the loss of his wife. And Inside Out is about what goes on inside of a person's mind. It's our emotions that apparently make us feel the way that we do. And that was kind of interesting. It shows what makes people feel the way that we do. Now, Soul was about an aspiring jazz musician whose body becomes separated from his soul. And instead of immediately going to the afterlife, because he doesn't want to die, he goes to the before life. And while he's in the before life, he meets an unborn soul who really hasn't found what it is that she's interested in, what her thing is, the thing that makes her the way that she is. And as she explores life inside of the other guy's body, she begins to realize what it is that she wants to do with her life. So with all of this, I think that Pete Docter is an incredible filmmaker. He's a great storyteller. I think that all of these films have very incredible ideas. I once actually met Pete Docter, but very quickly. I didn't get to have a conversation with him. He was just there where I was at the D23 Expo in LA, and I just waved at him and said hello, and he said hello back. And that picture that you're seeing right there is a picture that I took of Pete and Jonas Rivera, who produced Up and Inside Out. So if you haven't seen Soul, I recommend it. It's now streaming on Disney+, and I hope you enjoy. Peace.